Thank you so much. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Siaram, and Jai Jalaram. First of all, I'd like to thank Satish Bhai for inviting me to speak at this event. You gave me a very short notice, Satish Bhai, but about your when you told me about your history in aviation and logistics, I thought that I really couldn't disappoint you. So, Satish Bhai, thank you so much. But today in the morning, I noticed that you had sent a WhatsApp about the importance of time. And this is when I realized that Satish Bhai, in heart, you are a logistician more than anything else at all. And I think a true logistician appreciates the importance of time. So I think this is really very, very powerful. And over lunch, I had the opportunity of meeting Mihir Bhai. And he's such a dynamic person. We are so proud to have a Lohana like him. And some of the things that Mihir Bhai said really touched me, especially about, his words of inspiration or about the Lohana community and our common values, our common sanskars, our common principles. And it's really fascinating when he talked about a lot of things relating to risk appetite, relating to good intentions, wisdom, integrity. And I think the most important thing that I've learned from him is the importance of integrity, the importance of keeping your promises, and also how important the young generation is. And this is really very important, very powerful. And in my career as an entrepreneur, some of the things that I heard from Mihir Bhai were things that I can even relate to even in my personal life, my struggles as a young entrepreneur starting an airline in Africa. And when you look at Africa, it's the most difficult place to start an airline. And we've been very successful. We set up the biggest privately owned cargo airline in Africa. And it's been a 25-year journey, and we've still got a lot of opportunities ahead of us. This week in Dubai, there's another very important event which is taking place at the World Trade Center, which is the IATA World Cargo event. And today in the morning, I spent some time over there. And everybody is just worried about only one thing, which is about the tariffs and how it is going to impact trade, how that is going to impact logistics, and how it's going to impact the way a lot of countries do business with each other. But what is very interesting in this whole process is that there are opportunities, despite all the challenges that are there. And I see a lot of opportunities between India and Africa. And also when you look at the growth of India, I believe that is where we see a lot of opportunities as well. So in 2022, we decided to set up an airline in India. And this was really remarkable, and we set up Pradhan Air. And the reason why we set up Pradhan Air is not because of our love for Prime Minister Modi. He's our Pradhan Mantri, but we actually decided to set up an airline in Delhi, which will be transporting e-commerce and mobile phones. So the plan for the airline is only cargo. And we've been very fortunate that in the last 2 years, we've been transporting a lot of mobile phones for Samsung from Hanoi to Delhi. And we've also been doing a lot of e-commerce shipments from Hong Kong to Delhi and also from Delhi to Dubai. So it's really fascinating that starting an airline in Africa, expanding into India and China, and it's been a really, really great journey. And I'm so privileged today to be here with all of you. So when I was telling my wife that I was coming to Dubai and I was going to be attending the Lohana Forum, so she told me, but you don't have any Lohana customers, so why are you going? So I said, of course, I've got Hasmukh Bhai Radia, I've got Bimal Bhai Kantaria. These are all my Lohana partners. They've really been very supportive. So even if it doesn't mean that I don't have any Lohana customers, there is no reason why in the future we cannot do business with the community. And during the 2 days that I have been at the event, I've had the opportunity of connecting with a lot of people at the event. And Satish Bhai, thank you so much, because you brought a lot of people today and of course this week. And it's been a real opportunity to try and connect with them and also form partnerships and collaborations. So I'll just give you a quick background about myself. I'm a very proud Lohana. My family has been in Kenya for 3 generations, born and brought up in Kisumu, and studied in England. And what is very interesting is that I'm a banker by profession, and I started the airline 25 years ago. So from banking to aviation, I really didn't know whether it's my destiny or whether it's my fate. But the journey has been really, really good. Over the last 25 years, we have sort of, spent a lot of time in growing our business within Africa. Today, we fly to almost 42 countries in Africa from our hub in Kenya. But what we also do is we also bring China, India, and the Middle East to Africa. And this is something which we've been able to do with the power of air freight. Usually when you send cargo by sea, it can take anything between 60 to 75 days by sea and also by road. But by moving this cargo, we can actually be able to bring it down by 5 days. So during this 25 years period, we've done some really exciting things. But I think the most important impact that we made was during COVID-19. And during this period of COVID-19, when the whole world was working from home, we were actually flying vaccines from India to Africa. And that was a time which was very important because nobody wanted to fly into Africa during COVID-19. And we were very fortunate that during this time of COVID-19, a lot of the airports in Africa were specially open for cargo. So in the first half of COVID-19, we were able to transport the PPEs and also the oxygen cylinders, a lot of medical items we were actually able to transport from India to Africa for a lot of hospitals. And after the vaccines were introduced, we were very instrumental in bringing a lot of vaccines from India, especially from Mumbai. And these were the vaccines which were manufactured by Serum Institute in Pune. So we must have transported close to about 100 million doses of vaccines into Africa. And this was something that we did in a very, very short period of time. So that was very, very memorable. And also a time when the global industry was very, very handicapped. Today, we have a fleet of 8 aircrafts. We operate the Boeing fleet. We have been operating Boeing aircrafts now for 25 years. And we are the second largest customer for Boeing in Africa. So during this period, thank you. During this period, we've actually been operating very, very extensively. And a good example is when you look at the DRC, Congo, we're one of the largest airlines operating into the DRC. And it's been a really, really good opportunity over there. The kind of cargo that we carry, we've been carrying a lot of food. We've been carrying a lot of medical items. But a good example is the flight that we do from Nairobi to Dubai. We're currently carrying a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. So when you go to the supermarket in Dubai and you buy a packet of avocados from Kenya, the chances are that it would have actually been carried by us. And of course, during Valentine's, which is a very special moment for a lot of people who are in love, we were actually able to transport 50% of the roses in Dubai were actually transported by us. So that was a very, very good time for us to be there. And when we look at the future of air cargo, we are seeing a lot of opportunities in e-commerce. So currently we are actually moving a lot of e-commerce from China to India, especially during Diwali. We see a lot of demand for e-commerce items, but we're also moving a lot of e-commerce from China to Dubai and also into Saudi Arabia. So the growth of e-commerce has been very, very strong. And we are also looking forward to the day when we can start moving e-commerce from India to the Middle East and also to Africa. So one of the speakers earlier was talking about Bharat Mart, which is this new concept of moving cargo from India to the UAE. We're also playing a very important part with DP World to also bring the air freight logistics from India to the Middle East. And this is something which is something that I'm actually working on very passionately. In addition to the air cargo business, we're also in logistics in Africa. But we also have a very unique business, which is drones technology. And in our drones business, we've also been working on a very good project with Bimal Bhai Kantaria on how we can actually be able to use drone technology in agriculture. So this is something where we're actually partnering with companies from India to bring drone technology from India to Africa. So this is something that is very exciting. If there's anybody who, in drone technology in Dubai, please feel free to contact me and we'll definitely be able to do something together. Last but not the least, I just wanted to thank you, Satish Bhai, again for bringing all of us together. It's a pity that I could not make it to Uganda, but I promise you that I will attend every LIBF that you will actually have from today. And one of the things that I feel I'd like to do is to form partnerships and collaborations with Lohana companies. And this is very important. For over 25 years, we've got partnerships with so many different companies, including Air India. So when you look at Air India, their only partner for cargo in Africa is Astral Aviation. So we have a very good partnership with Air India. We have a partnership with Indigo and SpiceJet, because they don't reach all the places of Africa that we do. So we work very closely together. But my next objective is to actually form partnerships with Lohana companies. And I'm here for the next 2 days. And if there's anybody who would like to look at supply chain, logistics, and partnerships, this would be a really good opportunity for me. Thank you. Thank you very much.